Howdy, I'm Sadie Mae with the Awesome Orange, and as you can see, I'm in the middle of remodeling my laundry room. And today we're going to be solving one problem that this space is lacking: natural light. This is the only outside wall that this room currently has, and there's really not space to add a window. I'd love to add some skylights, but that's just not in the cards right now. So I've come up with a solution, and that is to add a window to this door. And I'm going to show you how. Let's get started. All right, first step is to remove the door and take it into my shop. In there, I got it set up partially on my workbench and an outfeed stand, but a couple of sawhorses would work just fine. And then it was on to the toughest part of this project, the math. And that wasn't even that hard. Based on the width of my door, I had 5 1/4 inches on both sides, so I decided to have the window 5 1/4 inches down from the top, so equal on all 3 sides. I added some blue tape to protect the edges and then drilled 3/8 inch pilot holes in all 4 corners. Then to cut the hole, I'm going to be using a jigsaw. You just want to make sure that the blade is rated for your type of door, in my case metal, and to make sure that the blade is short enough not to go all the way through the door, because jigsaws can kind of cut crooked if they're going through thick material. When cutting, you want to stay as close to your line as possible, but if you go off a little bit, don't stress about it because there is a little bit of wiggle room. And just like that, we're done with side 1. We just need to flip the door over and do the same thing on the other side. Layout, blue tape, drill pilot holes, cut with a jigsaw. When drilling in slippery surfaces like metal, I like to use one of my nail sets to put a pilot in the door so that the drill doesn't slip and go off course when I'm drilling the holes. And then back to cutting with the jigsaw. Cutting on both sides just ensures that we're going to have a perfect square on both sides of the door and we don't go off course. I had one little piece there that wasn't completely cut, so I flipped it, cut it, and then hammered out the hollow spot. Success! I got this window from Zabitat. They offer an extensive collection of top quality window and door products to express your style at home. Plus they make install effortless with their clear instructions and videos. The window I picked has enclosed blinds and is triple pane with low E glass. To install it, I set it on top of my workbench with something soft underneath it so it didn't get scratched, and then removed the one side of it, or top panel. And then I'm going to be setting the door on top of this. Perfect fit. There is a gap all the way around the door, and that's where you're gonna screw the 2 panels together. Once the door and the window are in place, we just put that top panel on and use the screws that are provided and screw the 2 panels together. When you are screwing these together, you want to make sure you're not over tightening them, but they are snug. And they do provide all of the screws necessary for this. They also provide these screw covers. Make sure that you don't install yours until you flip the door over and make sure that your 2 panels are flush on both sides of the door. I made that mistake and had to take some of these out and tighten it down a little bit more. But this is super satisfying to watch those screw heads disappear. Plus, this frame, even though it's yellow, it is paintable or stainable, depending on your door. Now let's put everything back together. And I love this drill bit for installing door hardware because it has a non-marring edge to it, so you're not scratching anything up. In the Arizona summer heat, that was a journey getting the door back in place. If you don't have a helper, you can use some 2x4s or some blocks to hold the door up as you screw it into place. You want to make sure that it's supported so you're not wearing out any of those hinge joints. And just like that, after a little bit of paint and some laundry room refresh, at least this fall, I've got an awesome door with an awesome window. Well, this project was way easier than I thought, and it really lights up the space. I want to give a big thank you to Zabatat for sponsoring this video. And if you enjoyed this video or picked up a tip for your next project, be sure to hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss my next awesome build. Oh, and remember, build loud, build wild, and have an awesome day.